All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's another one. Good afternoon and welcome back to the trading room, the TD Markets trading room, TD Markets Academy trading room. I hope everyone is well. I hope you are good. You are enjoying your day wherever you are. And yeah, we are ready. We are ready for another one. All right, we are ready for another one. All right, so looking at the chat right now, Augustus, welcome. Angelique, Cloney, Netta, SMJ, as always, I go by the name of Tsepo. Pleasure to be here with you guys. And yeah, we're gonna have a good one. Right, hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are sorted. But before we get started, remember, if you want to open up an account with us, tdmarkets.com is the website. Just click under account types. All right, just click under account types, and then you will see the types of accounts that we have for you. All right, different account types. If you guys want more information on that, the email is care@tdmarkets.com. all right, so everything is on the website. Have a look at it. Check out the different accounts that we have for you. All right, and also we do have education for all our TD Markets clients. All you need is an account with us. Make sure it's verified, it has funds in it, then you can start attending our education. Right, we've got different levels from the beginner, intermediary, and advanced, in the morning and in the afternoon, as well as in the evening. All right, all sessions are recorded, so you can catch the recorded session if you are unable to attend the live session. All right, so let's go forward. Let's go. What is the minimum deposit on TDM? All right, well, it depends on the account that you're looking at. Right, so head over to the website and then click under account types. You will see the starting deposit on the accounts that we have. Right, there's different starting deposits. You've got your pro account, which is $1,000 starting deposits, and all the other ones is $50. All right, you will be assisted, you will get assisted, and yeah, just simply head on to our website. All right, great stuff. So listen, gentlemen, it is gonna be an interesting one today. We had CPI on Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed. Today we have the PPI. That is what we are looking at now. All right, that's the focus for today. The PPI at 2:30. The CPI was a successful one. Thank you so much for joining us. So the focus for today is the PPI. All right, we'll talk a little bit more about the PPI and see where we can get opportunities. All right, and yeah, I think we're ready. I think let's go. All right, SMJ, you're looking at GBP USD. Yeah, it was a good one. GBP USD was a good one. All right, that push towards the upside was a fire one. We spoke about it on our trade on our opening bell, right? So it was a good one. So let's get it started, guys. All right, let's get it started. Like I always do, you guys will tell me which pairs you want us to have a look at, and then as we wait for the PPI to come out. All right, we are gonna be looking at the dollar with the PPI. We will see how gold is gonna react to the PPI, and then we'll also see your GBP USDs and so forth and so on. Right, also maybe the indices while we at it. If you are looking at the crypto, you must not miss out. If you are looking at the crypto, don't take your eyes off of the crypto, especially the altcoins, especially your Solana, your Cardano, your Dogecoin. Right, hope you guys watched the opening bell this morning. If you missed it, once this session ends, go back and watch today's opening bell. We spoke about the altcoins. Right, we are going to have a look at the altcoins in this session as well, but don't miss the opportunities we are seeing on the altcoins. All right, so yeah, so I think while we're waiting for the PPI, guys, type the asset you want us to talk about. Right, type the asset on the chat that you want us to talk about. Already we've got USD Swiss. We're going to have a look at USD Swiss. I think GBP USD also going to have a look at it. So if there's anything that you want us to have a look at, type it on the chat. I know most of you guys are looking at gold, so we're going to start with gold and see what we can expect, because it hasn't moved much in I think this week and last week. It hasn't moved much. All right, so we don't want to force anything. We want to understand the structure, and then we want to anticipate what sort of movements are going to form according to the structure. All right, so yeah, so we're going to start with gold and have a look at it. All right, so in the meantime, just do that. Type in your assets while we're waiting for the PPI. All right, so let's see. So let us start with gold. All right, let us start with gold. Now, the way gold is forming, guys, right? It is basically stuck in one zone. All right, that's how gold is doing. So it's stuck on this area. All right, let me just do this. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just gonna draw a line. In fact, let me do this. Right, so this is where gold is stuck. It's stuck in between this resistance here and this support down here. Right, so it's not moving much. It's not giving us a consistent market structure. Right, a consistent market structure. We're not seeing that. We're just seeing a bounce and a bounce. All right, so now in such a price action, right, whenever you come across something like this, right, the only way you're gonna see price moving consistently either to the upside or to the downside is if it breaks out of this range, right? If it breaks, because as it is right now, you might see it repeating the previous behavior of bouncing on the resistance, the support, or you might even get unpredictable movements, right? So in this case, what I would say here is gold has the possibility of giving us a proper structure once it breaks above, right? Once it breaks above that resistance to the upside, or once it breaks this support to the downside. That's when you're gonna get a consistent structure, right? But in between, we might get bounces up and down. Price might not be as consistent as we want it to be. So that's something you need to consider, all right? Unfortunately, that's how things are right now with gold, unfortunately. So this is a situation where we need to wait a little bit, all right? However, if you go to your lower time frames, I'm on the daily time frame right now. If you focus on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, possibly the minute time frames, you might see proper structure that's developing, all right? So before we go to the lower time frames, this is what I'm looking at now. So this engulfing candle, I can see that it broke this structure, right? I had a structure, if you guys remember the structure I think we spoke about here, where I spoke about this previous area of resistance possibly turning into support and so forth and so on. So this is what we're seeing right now on the daily time frame. So price was pushing up, and then aggressively fell. It broke below the structure. So it seems like there is a retest forming there. It wants to form that retest there, right? It seems like it. At the same time, you will notice that we do have a support here, this structure where price is bouncing from, right? So I'm not really liking gold at the moment because it's not giving us consistent, there's no proper trend that we can speak about, right? So in terms of doing the forecast here, then we would say, right, should gold bounce from this zone, right? Should gold bounce from this zone, then it could give us a push towards the downside. So if you take a look at the 4 hour time frame, this is how the 4 hour time frame is looking, right? Now, should gold bounce from this area, which seems like it could do that looking at this correction. So there's a corrective pattern forming here, right? Gold bounces, then we should be seeing one more push towards the downside, right? What you can do is maybe measure this impulse, and then maybe just do this and let's get a possible target on where gold could push to if it bounces from that zone, right? So this is something I would look at. Right? So if it bounces, I would anticipate gold to drop down to this zone, right? But at the same time, because of the environment gold is trading in, right? Like I said, the movements might not be consistent and might be unpredictable, all right? So now you might also see that if it breaks back above, this area there, then the possibilities this could push back up there, right? So there are a couple of things that here that we're gonna look at, right? Where it is and the overall structures trading in, you have these two possibilities that could form, right? And this is not because some of you guys might say, yeah, price can either go up or go down, but just understand the overall structure, all right? Just understand the overall structure. So it's a little bit inconsistent. So let's see, right? So there's a correction, maybe one more push down, right? One more push down back to this structure, and then we'll take it from there. And should anything change, then definitely we are gonna see some upside. So I think with this one, we are just trading within this structure for now, right? This structure for now, which on your lower time frames, like your 1 hour, if you go to the 1 hour, right, looking for a continuation towards the downside, just a small one there. That's if the market rejects this area, which looks like it's doing that. So yeah, so gold is interesting. It needs you to be a little bit patient with it. Just be a little bit patient with it, right? And yeah, I'll be looking for this. If you look at silver, just before we go to the other ones, if you look at silver, something similar as well, right? There's a lot of lines here. Let me just do this. Just give me 1 second. Let's just remove everything here. Yeah, let's leave it like this. It's fine. Right. So silver is still at the top, guys. All right. Silver is still at the top. You see where it is. Nothing has changed. It's still at the top, testing that the resistance of this channel. And now we are getting some structure now that's starting to form. All right. So we've gone down, right? And then now we're trying to push up. But if you look to the left, there's structure on the left, right? So with silver, I'm anticipating silver to push down. I see silver giving us a move like this, right? A move like this, which will then be a correction. So let me just remove this and show you, right? In terms of this structure going up, right? This move is a complete wave, right? Now, once this wave completes, then you're likely gonna get a correction. So I see silver giving us a move like this, which is gonna come back down to break this low, right? To break this low just a little bit, right? To break this low. And when that happens, in fact, let me just do this. Just give me 1 second. Let's maybe do this so I can explain this better. So I can explain this one a little bit better. All right, there we go. Yeah, so it's gonna be a move like this, right? Which is then gonna break this low one more time. Now, when that happens, then we will be looking at this possibility now, which overall is gonna be a corrective move overall, right? So this move, it's taking time to form. But looking at where it's coming from this rejection here, right? There's a rejection. In fact, let me do this. Let me show you it, right? So you see how price rejected the previous high, right? It might have broken it slightly, but overall price rejected the previous high. So people will see this as a double top, right? So we've got this, what looks like a double top formation. Price went down to break this neckline, right? I'm on the daily time frame right now. Price went down to break this neckline. So we do have a new low here, right? So what's forming at the moment is the correction of this move towards the downside. So you've got this push, you've got this move towards the downside. What's forming right now is just the market correcting that move. Hence we are looking for a continuation once this correction completes, right? A continuation towards the downside. So if you take a look at your 4-hour time frame now, a couple of things that we're gonna look at, right? So first things first, we want price to let me see if this whole zone. We want price to break below this whole zone. Simply because there was structure there and rejection. There was a rejection. Price pushed above that. So if it can push back below this zone, right? It will definitely give us this possibility for us to start looking for this. At the moment, it's not ready as yet, but looking for a break back below any retest that are gonna form there. Then we're looking for this, right? Looking at where it's coming from, what it broke, the low that it's formed. We're looking for a lower high here, and then a continuation towards the downside. So this one, it is gonna be ready very soon, right? Very, 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 very soon. So yeah, so let's see what's gonna happen the next time I'm with you guys. We're just gonna do updates and see how this would have formed. All right, so gold, maybe one more push down. Silver also one more push towards the downside. All right, so this is where we start things. We have about 10 minutes left until the PPI. So let me go to USD Swiss in the meantime. All right. So USD Swiss, we are still bearish on USD Swiss. All right. We're still bearish. So what is happening here? Let me just do this. Okay, so USD Swiss might change now. Seems like USD Swiss is gonna change. It might change, right? So USD Swiss, I'm on the daily time frame. I'll go to the 1 hour time frame, right? We are looking for one more push up on USD Swiss, just one more push up. All right. So one more push up to go back and break this high, and then after that we'll come back and see what's gonna happen, because what's happening here is after price created this move towards the upside, it looks like it's creating a corrective move. All right, so this piece here, right, it's now turning into a corrective move. So you've got a corrective move within a corrective move, a correction within a correction. All right, so if that's the case, let me go to the lower time frame so you guys can see it a little bit more better. On the 4 hour, this is what I'm talking about. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. So price, after this aggressive move, price came back down, creating this corrective pattern. All right, so what I'm saying is, with this corrective pattern, we are looking for one more push up, which is gonna break this high. Let me in fact draw a line there. Let me draw a line which is gonna break this high, and then we'll come back and see what sort of structure we are looking at, right? What sort of wave, what sort of pattern that's gonna form. But according to this, right, one more push up, and then once price gets there, we'll come back and talk, right? Because from there, it could easily do this. But I think the focus for now is just one more push towards the upside for now, right? So a pattern like this would normally do this first. It would first, this move down would first go down, break this area, and then do this, right? So whatever the case is, we're just waiting for price to reject this low, right? To reject this low. I'm not sure if this is the rejection we should be looking at, but for price to reject this low, and then from there we are looking for one more push up. Yeah, so that is USD Swiss, right? We're looking for one more push up, and then we'll talk about this once it reaches that area. Any changes, we'll have a look at it. But according to this wave, you have your impulse, your corrective wave. We need one more impulse to the upside. All right, so that is what we'll be looking at. So now it's changing. Because of this, there's a bit of a change that's happening now. So that's USD Swiss. All right, that is USD Swiss. Let me go down the, so we're done with USD Swiss. Let's see, let me go down the chart. So gold, we've done it. AUD USD. AUD USD is not moving much because it's still trapped. It's still trapped in this formation. You see this formation here, still trapped in this formation. So with USD Swiss, I'm looking at the following, right? I'm looking at how price is reacting to this 61.8 of the Fibonacci. So on the weekly time frame, you will see that price created an impulse move down, and after that it formed, or rather it went back to the correction, right? This is the weekly time frame. So you've got this move towards the downside, and price is going back, is retracing back to that 61.8. All right, so now on the 61.8, look at what price is doing on the 61.8. You see how slow it's moving, and then you will see in terms of the patterns, when you understand your chart patterns, you will learn about a pattern like this, which is a rising wedge or an ascending channel, however you want to call it. You're going to see a pattern like this, right? Which it's an indication of the momentum that's slowing down towards the upside. So this momentum towards the upside is slowing down, and then you're going to see price aggressively doing this, all right? So that is the possibility we are looking at. So with AUD USD, let me just do this. There we go. With AUD USD, it is currently testing that 50. Let me do this. It is currently testing, bouncing from this 50, right? So now this 50, the current daily candle, is going to be important, right? How that candle closes is going to be very important. You see what's happening right now. This is how it is at this moment, right? So there's a bit of rejection, on that 61.8, there's a bit of a rejection. So should this candle close like this, then we're anticipating a lower high to form, right? Should this candle close like this, indicating a rejection, then we're anticipating a lower high, right? We're anticipating a lower high and one more push down. So with GBP, not with GBP, but with AUD, USD, I'm watching out for one more push down, right? One more push down with this one, right? So we need this resistance to hold strong. We need this resistance to hold strong. And then possibly maybe getting a break below this channel. Yeah, definitely. I think this is a good setup. Getting a break below this channel, right? So if you do get a break below the channel, the daily time frame closes as a rejection like this, then I'm looking for that one more push down. So we need a break and a change of this. So this is in terms of the structure we're seeing right now on the higher time frames. This is what we're anticipating on AUD USD, right? AUD USD. All right, so let me just do this quickly. Great stuff. So now there's a few minutes left. Let's see. Let me maybe look at another chart. Let's see. WTI. Let's have a look at WTI. All right. Let's see energy. All right. So oil, right? US oil, WTI. This is what's happening currently, right? So overall, it's trading within this descending structure overall, right? And what happened quite recently is, in fact, what's going to be important in understanding the next move. All right. So what happened quite recently is price, rejecting that top, obviously, and then going back down to give us a lower high here. Look at how price reversed from this resistance there, right? So this one is pretty clear. It's pretty clear. The overall structure we see, which is this one, is still intact, all right? So now, as it is right now, because of that resistance, we're anticipating WTI to drop. Right? Maybe to come back down to these lows. Minimum to come back down to these lows. Yeah, this one is it's pretty clear. This one is pretty clear, just like this. Yeah, this one we just follow the trend, right? We broke, the market broke, came back for the retest. Another area I would consider would be this one. Would also be this one here. You see what's happening here? There we go. It's another one I would consider. The market broke. We could get another retest, and then a continuation down, right? So for as long as price breaks and retests these zones, it's a good indication that the sellers are still in control, right? Sellers are still in control. So maybe one more correction and then a continuation towards the downside. All right. So WTI, it's straightforward. One more push down. All right. So just before we continue, guys, let's have a look at the calendar. Let's see how many minutes are left here. There we go. So let's see how many minutes left. There's about a minute left, in fact. Right? We're looking at the Producers Price Index. That is what the PPI is. You've got your CPI, which is Consumer Price Index. The PPI is the Producers Price Index. All right. So while we're waiting for the data to come out, it's just a bit of an understanding exactly what it is, right? So the PPI, which is this one, it essentially measures the average change over time in the selling price received by producers. So hence Producer Price Index, right? So while the CPI, it's Consumer Price Index, the PPI is Producer Price Index. So it measures the average changes in what producers receive, right? With the CPI is in what customers pay. All right. So just in a nutshell. So let's quickly have a look at this. We're a few minutes away. We also have unemployment claims at the same time, right? So let's see what is happening. Let's see what is happening. Is it gonna be a strong dollar or a weaker dollar? Let's see unemployment claims. Okay, 0.9. Okay, better than expected. Unemployment claims give us a strong dollar. Let's go. Unemployment claims give us a strong dollar. Let's go. Because already with the PPI, this is a signal for a strong dollar. All right. Unemployment claims give us a strong dollar. Let's go. There we go. Unemployment claims came out better than expected. All right. PPI also, it beat market expectation. So we're looking at a stronger dollar here. All right. Let's see what's happening with gold. There we go. All right. You see now that rejection we spoke about. Now, this is what's happening now. I'm currently on the 4 hour. Let me look at the 1 hour. There we go. So on the 4 hour, this is the rejection. I was talking about maybe getting a rejection like this. This is the 4 hour candle. There isn't much reaction at the moment, right? Look at the reaction, not that much. But on the M15 time frame, the structure is now bearish. This is the structure now we are working with, right? This is the structure we're working with now. You see how it's bearish. Price bounced on the trend line. So now we're anticipating price to go down. So maybe let's cook this one quickly. All right, let's cook gold quickly. This is the current M15 candle. All right, so with the M15 candle, let me do this. All right. Okay. So let's just give it 5 more minutes, right? Let's give this candle 5 more minutes, right? So it initially spiked down and now it's trying to just play around. Let's give it 5 more minutes and we're going to monitor the M5 time frame to see what we can get. But in terms of the overall structure, guys, it's bearish. I mean, we can clearly see the lower highs we've been getting, all right? So price formed a high. We've got a lower high and a lower high. At the same time, lower lows as well. So let's give it 5 more minutes. At 2:30, not 2:30, at 2:35, we're gonna look at the M5 time frame at 2:35. All right. So let's just give it a few minutes. But this candle formed a low. It formed a low here. So the next M5 candle, we want that to give us a lower high, right? So maybe let me do this. Just 1 second. Let me do this. Okay, there we go. Maybe let me do this. There we go. Right, this looks familiar, né, guys? What I'm doing here looks familiar. Yeah, no, I wish Ash was here right now. Yeah, no, I wish my brother Ash was here right now. All right. So, okay. So let's get to work. So now we have gold on the left-hand side, silver in the middle, USD JPY on the right-hand side. So what I'm talking about is just, looking at the next 5 minutes time frame. So right now we are on the M15. This is the M15 candlestick. We've got strong dollar data. The data favors a stronger dollar. So now we're anticipating gold to go down. All right. That's why USD JPY is busy going up because of a stronger dollar. So now let's just wait a minute to see what the M5 candle is going to look like. And then maybe we'll see if it's going to be USD JPY or gold. All right. So just 5 more minutes. Not 5 more minutes, but just a minute left. Let's go. Let's see. Standing by. All right. Let's cook this one quickly. All right. Let's see. Standing by. Is it gonna be gold? Okay, there we go. So now we are on the M5 time frame. I'm on gold and silver. Okay, gold and USD JPY. So it seems like a break above on USD JPY, a break above the high of the previous candle, then we should expect momentum to start kicking in. With gold, a break below the previous candle, then we should expect momentum to start kicking in. At the moment, let me just do this. Let's keep an eye on this candle. All right. So this candle, we need a lower high from this candle, a lower high. If this candle can just form a lower high, then we'll be good, right? So just carefully watching it. USD JPY, the current candle, we want it to give us a higher low now, right? We want it to give us a higher low. So we're looking for these rejections, right? Not sure where it's going to give us a higher low, or this one a lower high. A lower high. All right. So let's see. But all we know is a break above the high of that candle, momentum towards the upside on gold, momentum towards the downside. And then we have this no man's land area. This is the no man's land area, right? So this no man's land area, there could be opportunities there. So let's see if it's gonna give us that opportunity. All right. So standing by. Let's see. We want it to go inside the no man's land area. No man's land, all right? You can give it your own name, but yeah. Right, standing by. So the figures favor the data, the PPI data, the unemployment data, unemployment claims data, they favor a stronger dollar. So we want to see gold giving us a continuation towards the downside. We want to see USD JPY a continuation to the upside. So at the moment, there is this current 5 minutes candle right now that is forming, right? So just keeping an eye on that candle. And I'm also watching silver. Silver, this candle on silver, it's a bit of a worry now. It's a bit of a worry because it might affect this guy, right? It might also affect this guy. So silver is in the middle. It might affect gold. It might affect UJ. So it's a bit of a worry, right, on the M15. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen, right? Yeah, it's a bit of a worry. Let's see what's going to happen there. All right, let's see. UJ gold. Come on. We are waiting. Come on. Right, let it reject. Right there. Let it reject. All right. UJ, come on. Let it reject. Come on. We're waiting for you. Right. Standing by. Standing by. All right. So usually this would be a risky area, right? This area, a risky zone or risky area, right? We can say no man's land. We can say that's a no man's land area, right? It's a risky one. That's where your wild animals are. All right. That's where your wild animals are. But we're anticipating momentum to kick in once price breaks below. So this would be a risky area, right? Because anything can happen within this area. Price is going to be quite, unpredictable around the zone. It's just going to be a little bit unpredictable around the zone. So let's see what's going to happen. Standing by. Yeah. So yeah. So we're just waiting. So this one, this no man's land. All right. So it seems like we're getting that lower high there. All right. UJ, we're getting that higher low. Just a matter of time. Silver seems like it wants to affect this guy and that guy. It wants to affect these guys. Let's see. Let's see. Standing by. Standing by. Standing by. Standing by. All right. So we get a break below this area here on gold. We get a break below. It gets inside this zone. Anything can happen, but once it shoots past that low there, then definitely momentum. We're expecting momentum, right? So let's see what gold is gonna do. UJ seems like it's formed a higher low. It's also inside this no man's land, but there could also be opportunity there. Could also be opportunity. So let's see, right? I'm loving what gold is doing. Standing by. I'm loving what gold is doing. Standing by. All right. There we go. So silver, UJ. All right. Let's see. Let's see. It's playing around, playing around, playing around, playing around. Right. On the M15, that M15 candle has not closed. All right. It's playing around. It's playing around. All right, I hope you guys are enjoying so far. We are looking at the PPI. We had the CPI. We're looking at the PPI, one of the inflation datas. And it came out and it favors a stronger dollar. All right, so the markets at the moment not reacting as expected. The reaction is not as not the way we know how it normally reacts. But we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. It's all about waiting. This thing here, it's all about waiting. So standing by, right? So maybe in the meantime, while we're waiting for this, I'm seeing there is GBP NZD, there's Euro USD. We'll have a look at GBP NZD and Euro USD, all right? So maybe while we're waiting for this, it's taking its own time, playing around, rejecting that zone. But all we want is for price to break this zone and go lower, right? That's all we want. But I'm looking at silver. Seems like the current M15 candle is very aggressive. The wick is very sharp. It's very aggressive. So yeah, so we just need to wait a little bit, right? But if you want to keep an eye on this, maybe let me do this. If you want to keep an eye on this, maybe, getting price to first break below this zone, and then we know from there's a huge possibility it's going to come back down to this zone, right? So it is right now, whatever it does, where it is, maybe getting it to break below this area, and then we know from there it's going here. So there could be opportunities here. Once it breaks below, then we're anticipating that momentum to push down, all right? If you're looking at this, all right? So there's a bit of fighting happening. The structure is not broken as yet. We are still within the descending structure, which is this one. I'm not going to draw a line, but just to show you guys. And then we've got this zone here. We've got this area, all right? So let me just put it there. Let's see, M15. Yeah, this candle is very aggressive now, right? It's very aggressive. So it seems like this report doesn't have much effect, a huge effect in the market. Okay, let's see. All we want is for price to break below. Anybody looking at USD JPY, all you want is for price to break above the zone now. You see where it's rejecting, right? It's correcting at the moment. Correction. Once it breaks above that area on the M5, then there's a huge possibilities going back to this high, which could be a scalping opportunity. All right? So yeah, so all we want now is a higher low to form. We want a higher low to form. So maybe let's just keep an eye on that. Gold, we want the lower high to form. Although the rejection seems to be very aggressive. Very aggressive. So silver, exactly. So silver, this is the worry I had on silver, that it might affect this and this. All right. So let's see. Standing by. Gold, that this candle is now closed. All right. Maybe let me do this. Let me do this. Okay. So let's just wait a little bit. If gold manages to break this high, this top, if it manages to break this top, then things are gonna change. All right. I don't think price will go down as anticipated. If it goes back up and breaks this high, then yeah, we have a huge rejection. The data, the price action is not in line with the data, so therefore we could then get a push towards the upside there, maybe as a scalping opportunity there, right? Only if it breaks. So our area of invalidation is this top. That's our area of invalidation. That's where now we would want to change direction. But as it is right now, yeah, nothing has changed as it is right now. So let's see what's going to happen. Are we going to change or not? Let's see. Standing by. Maybe while we're waiting for this GBP NZD, let me quickly look at GBP NZD while we're waiting for this. It was going up the last time I saw it. GBP NZD was going up. I'm not sure now if it's still going up. Let's see. Aha, there we go. That's exactly what I'm talking. It was going up the last time, right? So GBP NZD, this is where it is now. Right, this is where it is right now. It has broken, or it's break. Okay, it broke. It broke this top, right? It broke this top. So now the market is actually trading within this now. Trading within this, all right? So we have this channel that price is forming. So now look at where the market is going. I don't think there's going to be any trading opportunity to the upside now, right? I don't think there's going to be any trading opportunity to the upside because it's going back to the resistance. The resistance, where is it? Is right here. That's what the resistance is, right? So I'm not sure if you're holding a long position. If you are, then just keep an eye on that resistance there, right? Because you might get a possible push down, right? If you're not holding a long position, I don't think there's gonna be anything proper to give you a proper trade with a proper risk to reward ratio, right? Because you are buying on the top or at the top, you are buying at the top, unless, of course, on the lower time frames, unless we get a correction on the lower time frames, maybe something like this. Right, maybe something like this, unless we get a pattern like this, maybe here, right? You see these patterns, maybe even something like this, then that's when we can say, okay, price is gonna continue trading higher, right? Because that's what's gonna give us this movement up. So maybe this also to give us a movement up, right? But if it doesn't and it continues trading higher, then there won't be any opportunity here. I don't think there's going to be any opportunity right here. All right. Yeah, no. Let's see what's going to happen. That is GBP NZD. Let's see what's going to happen. It's bullish. Just looking for this correction and then a continuation higher. And then if you look at Euro USD, let me do this. Okay, let's quickly have a look at this, guys, right? Okay, so now things are getting interesting. Look at UJ. Things are getting interesting. seems like we are getting that higher low on UJ. On gold, seems like you're getting that lower high. All right, seems like we're getting it. So things are getting interesting. So silver, we need silver to push below this support. We need UJ to push above this resistance I've drawn there, right? To push above that. And then gold needs to go a little bit lower. So maybe silver and UJ could be the ones for today, right? Silver breaking the support, taking us back down, right? Silver breaking the support, taking us back down. UJ breaking this resistance, taking us all the way up, right? Let's look at these possibilities. All right. While we're waiting, Euro USD, let's have a look at Euro USD maybe. While we are waiting for this, Euro USD, it's trading close to that long-term resistance I have, right? It's trading close to that long. So this is how I have my structure, right? So Euro USD, this is where it is right now. It's back to these highs now, right? So on these highs, let me go back to the weekly. On these highs, now what we want to see now is it going to break and go up, or is it going to reject and go down? This is what we want to see now because of that resistance, right? Because of that, we want to see if it's going to break and go up or reject and go down, all right? So if you take a look at the lower time frames here, let me just zoom in. If you take a look at, if you take a look at the lower time frames, let me just do this. There we go. Right. So now we have this, right? Let me just do this. We've got this. Okay. Okay, so Euro USD, because it's at the top, right? Because it's at the top, looking at this creating a lower high here, right? You've got this lower high from that high, right? So you will notice that it's either on the trend line or it's going there, right? There we go. So this is now the structure now, right? Price aggressively went down. It's now trying to push up. So now we could get a rejection here, and then we could get a push towards the downside. So if you understand your confirmations, if you know your confirmations, then you would simply look for them, right? But where it is here, there could be a push to the downside now. Excuse me. Let me do this. Yeah. All right. Okay, cool. Great stuff. Yeah. So with Euro USD, what I would look for here is, should price reject this top again, then I would look at a push back down to the support. Right? Should price reject there, then looking for a push back down, back to the support, right? And then I think that will be a setup there. There will be a setup. Just one more push down there will be a setup. So just looking for that right there. All right. Let me do this. Yeah. Let's see if you're gonna get a lower high there. Let's see. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the current situation right now. Situation right now. Look at what's happening. The power of waiting, the power of patience. So we have our higher low higher low here. So just a matter of time before UJ does this, just a matter of time. And if you take a look at gold needs just to go a little bit lower, right? So where it is, just needs to go a little bit lower. But UJ, just a matter of time, all right? So anybody looking at UJ, then this is what we're anticipating UJ to do, to push back there, right? So anyway, as long as it has broken this, we're looking for that push towards the upside. So a bit of a scalping opportunity there, right? Gold needs to go a little bit lower. So where it is right now, it needs to go a little bit lower. However, silver needs to break this support and give us this possibility. So we've got this possibility on UJ, right? As long as price is broken above that, then we're looking for this, right? UJ, that's UJ. Silver, should price break below this, we're looking at this possibility. Gold still have to go a little bit lower, just a little bit lower, all right? So yeah, so there's the current situation there. There we go, the current situation. USD JPY going back to that high, break that high, possibly gonna fly. What's this? Gold, yeah, looking for that push towards the downside. Now this one needs to go a little bit lower. There we go. Silver, it breaks that, gives us this push towards the downside. All right, there we go. Yeah, so there's the current situation. All right. So yeah, so it seems like the PPI now, we're starting to see the movement from the PPI, right? So yeah, so that's the current situation right now. Can I get the name of the song playing in the background? Yeah, I think it's called, let me see. I'm not sure about the name exactly. I might stop the song if I look for the name. The song might stop. You know, I'm not sure of the name exactly. But just Sijem. Yeah, Sijem. I just said Sijem. Shazam, bro. Yeah, I think Shazam it. I'm not sure of the name exactly. It's called 90 Days. Yeah, it's called 90 Days. But Shazam, Shazam, and then you go. But it's called 90 Days. All right. So listen, gentlemen, this is how things are looking. All right. As you guys can see, USD JPY is flying. Just a matter of time before it reaches the top. Silver just playing around. Gold is playing around. They just need to go a little bit lower. But UJ, this one is about to fly, right? We also did some analysis. We just looked at a couple of charts. It seems like we won't have time to look at the crypto, right? But what you need to do is look at the opening bell. So this morning's opening bell, look at it, and then you will see the breakdown of the crypto, right? You will see the breakdown of the crypto. So yeah, so this is how things are looking. Yeah, the PPI, stronger dollar, unemployment claims, stronger dollar. We're looking at a stronger dollar, but it might not be long term. It might not be long term. All right. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned, enjoyed. And yeah, this is what we do on Thursdays, on Tuesdays. Details are always on our social media. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, let's catch you guys again next week. All right, let's catch you guys again next week. Same time, same place. Keep an eye on our social media. Wherever we go, whatever we do, social media, keep an eye. And then yeah, we will catch you guys on the flip side. All right, guys, have a great one. Enjoy. Cheers.